Welcome back to Beauty at Any Age 7. My name is Priscilla, and for today's tutorial we are going to do lashes. Again, I think lashes are the creme de la creme, piece de resistance, if that's the way you say it. Nonetheless, it is really an important aspect. It really is like the cherry on top of an awesome sundae. You gotta have the lashes jumping off on your makeup look. Otherwise, it's a good makeup look, but we want great makeup looks. So if you're interested on how to do lashes, please keep watching. Okay, so welcome back to this lash tutorial. As you can see, my makeup is already done, so we're just gonna focus on lashes today. And so for today's lash look, I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite lashes of all time. And I will say this, there are various types of lashes, and I won't go into all the variety there is. You have demi lashes and wispies and mink and faux mink, full length, thick lashes, thinner lashes, everyday lashes. So for today's look, I'm going to use a lash that is maybe more of your everyday and somewhat glam, but a little in between. But these are actually the lashes that I wear pretty much every day. The lashes that I've selected today are from Salon Perfect, and they are the number 614. These lashes are gorgeous. I got mine at Walmart, and I haven't really found these lashes anywhere else, so you may want to try your local Walmart to see if they have them. Now, I took them out of the packaging, and as you can see, they have a very wispy look to them. They're absolutely stunning on. Now, I will say this about lashes. There are no two lashes that are going to be exactly alike. So you may see that after you apply your lashes, one may be slightly longer than the other. I don't really cut or trim the lashes from the length because then it takes away the whole look of the lash. So the only cutting I do is to fit my lash line, not necessarily the length of the lashes. So keep that in mind because sometimes they may appear a bit uneven, but that's okay. So let's get started. I'm just going to take these lashes out of the container. So I have one lash here, and again, oh, they stick a little bit. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Very pretty lash. So I take them first of all out of the container. And then once I have them out of the container, I want to measure them against my eye because sometimes they're a little long. So you do want to trim them in terms of how long they are, not necessarily the length of the actual lash, but how long it is. So what I usually do, take any tweezers, doesn't matter what, grab the lash. So I usually take the lash and grab it just like this. And this is just for sizing right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lash and I'm going to set it right here. Just maybe right back there. Now, let me just walk you through this because this is what's going to happen. So as you can see, this lash is way too long. When you set your lash, you really want to go, do you see where it is? Right about there. You don't want to go too far in. If your lash is too far in, what's going to end up happening is every time you blink, you're going to feel it. So you don't, so if you put your lashes on and you're blinking and you can feel something in this eye area, that's because the lash is way too far over. So keep it right about, just about where I have it right in here. And hopefully you can see that. Right in here. It's kind of hard to demonstrate this, but as you can see, just by looking at it, it is way too long. It may not appear that I'm looking at myself in the camera and it doesn't look like it is, but it is very long because what's going to end up happening is it's going to sit out way at the bottom here, which is a little too far. Sorry about that. So if I close my eye, it's way out here. I just want to take some of the edge off of it so that it's not so long. So then now that I've measured, I know more or less, because here's the thing, now that I don't have the lash on, you want to make sure that you end your lash right about right here where your lash ends. And if you saw the lash, it actually went out to here, and that's a little too far. And you're going to have that same problem when you blink. You're going to feel it here at the end. If it's too far over, you're going to feel it here. So you just want to go right till, so if you look at my lash, they start right about here and it ends right about there. And you don't want to go any further in. Like I said, if you go too far into this area here, it's going to bother you. So now that I've measured a little bit, I'm just going to take some scissors and I'm going to take the lash. And when you're cutting your lash, let me use the tweezers because it's probably easier for you to see. When you're cutting a lash, you never want to cut from the inside of the lash. You always want to cut from the outside of the lash. So I'm going to take these little scissors, any little scissors will do, and I'm just going to cut, let's see, make sure you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and cut just the edge here. Just a little. Now, after I did that, you're going to see, and you probably can't see it real well on camera, but I can see just a little plastic piece sticking out. So I'm going to cut that little thing. And then I am going to do the same with the other lash. So I'm going to take this lash. I'm going to set it on my eye. Sorry if you can't see. And now I'm going to set it right about there, move it over some because it's a little too long, and it should go right in about there. So as you can see, it is a little too long on the edge. So I'm going to take that and do the same thing that I did with the other lash, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the edge out of it. And then once you've done that, you are ready for the next step of the lash application. So now that the lashes have been cut and sized, now what you'll want to do is take a lash glue. And I have a little sample size of the Duo glue. This is the glue that I typically use for my lashes. They sell this at any Walgreens, CVS store, any drugstore type store. And I usually get it in white, depending on what my makeup look is. If I have a lighter color like I do now, I like to use the white color. But if I have a darker, more smoky eye, then I use it's a darker color of glue. That way you can't see the darkness if it comes off or slips off in the eye. So I'm going to open this. I'm going to take those same tweezers and I am just going to put a little bit of glue right at the edge, right here. So you see I have a little bit of glue there. I'm going to take that first lash. Now by now you should have applied some mascara and curled your lashes if your lashes are naturally straight. That way the mascara can serve as an adhesive as well. The glue is going to do the same, but it's nice when your lashes have some mascara as well and is ready to have these when put on. So now what you're going to do is you're going to want to make sure you get the best view here. You're going to take this glue and you're just going to apply it right on the lash line. You see how I'm doing that? It's just going right on the lash line just like that. And put a little bit more. And then I'm going to set it down. You don't want to put it on right away because you want that glue to set so it's a little sticky when it goes on your lash line. I'm going to take some more of that glue and do the same with the other lash. Just going to take the lash again and apply a little bit of glue right on the lash line, just like that. I'm going to set that down and we're going to let that sit for between 30 seconds to a minute, And once they've set, you'll see that they're a little sticky. If you put them on too soon, then what happens is they will slip on your lash line and they won't adhere to your lashes, and then it becomes very difficult to apply. So we're gonna give this a few, just about 30 to 60 seconds, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I think the lashes have had an opportunity for the glue to set. So I'm gonna take the first lash that I applied glue to, and then what I'm gonna do is you want to take the lash with the tweezer, just like this. You wanna have it right in the center because you're gonna set it in on top of your lash line. So you don't wanna look straight, but you kinda wanna look down in a mirror as I'm doing here. And you wanna apply it just in the center of the eye, right there, and make sure that it sits right. Now when it's ready to adhere, it should just stick right to the center of your lash line. And what I usually like to do is I like to go in and take the side first and glue it down, and then I take this part and get it as close to the lash line as you can. Just like that. Now as you can see, it's still not sticking, so you want to continue to press it in. Press them into the lash line so it adheres nicely. And there you have the first lash on. Sometimes I like to go in just so that I can blend both the natural lash and the eyelash together. I may go in and just kind of press the two together, just like this. See, I'm pressing it, go into the center, and press it again. Go in here and press it. And you're just pressing it so that it adheres even better to your other lash. Now you're probably thinking, well, if you're gonna squeeze them together, isn't that gonna pull out your natural lash when you take the lashes off? Not necessarily. In fact, I've never really had an issue with my lashes falling out with full lashes. I used to use individual lashes and those would pull my lashes out, but I've had really good luck with using full-length lashes. Now you just want to make sure they're nice and set in. As you can see, they are set in. So now we're going to take the other lash. We're going to do the same thing. We are going to take it, hold it with your tweezers right in the center, and the same thing here. You're going to go set it right in the center of the lash. You're going to take this side and adhere it down to the lash line. You're going to take this and do the same. And you're just going to keep pressing to ensure that it's right at the lash line. Now your eyes are probably going to water a little bit. Mine tend to water as well. But you just want to keep pressing in until you see that the lashes have adhered to the natural lash. And while that one's settling in, I'm going to go back in here and just press it a little more. Now, if you remember in some of my old tutorials, I don't typically wear eyeliner. Lashes for me give that extra pop to the eye. Eyeliner typically makes me feel like I have more makeup on than I should. Now, I do wear them sometimes, but typically the lash is what gives my eyes that pop look. So just keep watching, going back, pressing in, making sure your lashes are connected, and then I just go in, make sure they are nice and adhered. So now I'm just going to let them sit, make sure the glue is nice and stable, and then I will return in just a second so we can apply our mascara. Okay, so now that we've given the lashes a little time to set in, let the glue dry a little bit, you can go in with any mascara. I'm going in with the Maybelline Big Lash, one of my favorite mascaras. I'm just going to take it in, and the reason you're going to want to use mascara is more blending of your natural lash with the false lash. So you're just going to go right here. I like to go right under and apply right under the eye, making sure that the natural lash is adhered. And then I just tap in a little bit on the actual lash, not too much. But as you can see, these lashes are not real thick, so I add that extra color just so that they pop a little bit more. So I'm going to do the same on this side and apply mascara right under, and I'm just blending in the natural lash with the false lash, and then just tapping a little mascara on the natural lash. And that's it. That is the lash look. If you want any suggestions on lashes, I highly recommend the ones we use today, the 614s from Salon Perfect, which can be found at any Walmart store, as well as Ardell lashes in number 113. I had to think which ones were they. The 113s, a beautiful lash, very similar to the lash that I'm currently wearing. I go between the 614s of Salon Perfect and the 113s of the Ardells. The Ardells, you can find that at any Ulta store or drug store, even probably at Walmart as well, that they carry them. It's a popular lash. They don't always have them, but it's definitely one that I recommend. If you're looking more for a natural lash, not so glam, not so long, then I'd recommend the Ardell Demi Wispies. So they are a little shorter, they're not quite as long, not quite as dramatic, and they're still a very beautiful lash. So this is the final look with lashes applied. Remember, lashes are really the icing on the cake, the cherry on the sundae, the creme de la creme, the piece de resistance. Is that how you say it? I don't know, I keep wondering. I think I asked that earlier too. Okay, nonetheless, thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends, like the video, add any comments. If there's a particular lash you enjoy wearing, please leave that in the comments section. I look forward to hearing from you all, and I will see you on the next beauty tutorial. Thank you, bye.